In Lesson 6, we learned about the job application process and the two key documents you need to create to apply for openings, an application letter and a resume. Lesson 6 focused on how to tailor your job application materials to a specific rhetorical situation, presenting your specific skills, knowledge, and experience to best match a specific job or internship. In Lesson 7, we'll continue discussing the rhetorical situation, but we'll be looking at how the audience and purpose of a document affects all forms of technical writing, not just job application materials. As we learn about audience and purpose, you should continue working on your job packet. The rough draft of your job packet will be due by the end of this lesson. Lesson 8, Introduction. In Lesson 7, we learned about the rhetorical situation, audience, and purpose, and how the rhetorical situation affects the choices we make when writing and revising technical documents. In Lesson 8, we'll be focusing on three of the most common forms of technical documents: letters, memos, and emails. In addition to the letter you must write for a job application packet, you will likely write numerous letters, memos, and emails throughout your professional career. We'll be taking a look at the conventions of each of these forms of communication in the second part of this lesson. But don't forget, you should continue working on your job packet, which is due in Lesson 9. Lesson 9, Introduction. For the past several lessons, you've been working on creating what are arguably the most important technical documents you will ever create: your job application materials. Your job packet will be due this lesson, so it's time to turn our attention to revising and proofreading these documents to make them as strong and clear as possible. In Lesson 9, we'll be learning about revising and proofreading techniques, and you'll be able to immediately apply those techniques to your job packet before you turn it in. Lesson 10, Introduction. Now that you've completed your job packet, it's time to begin talking about the final project for this course, the recommendation report. Our next major assignment, the proposal, will give you a chance to begin planning and researching your project. In Lesson 10, we'll discuss the assignment instructions for both the proposal and the final recommendation report, since these two assignments are linked. We'll learn how to write proposals, and since the proposal and recommendation report are both arguments, we'll also learn how to write persuasive technical documents. To prepare you for these two important major assignments, we'll spend some time this lesson looking at proposal and recommendation report samples from previous courses. Let's get to it. Lesson 11, Introduction. In Lesson 10, we learned about our next major assignment for the course, the proposal. As you begin working on your proposal, we should continue thinking about how to effectively select and incorporate visuals into technical documents. In Lesson 3, we learned about visuals and their purposes in technical documents. In this lesson, we'll focus on the two main types of visuals you will need to include in your proposal: Gantt charts and tables. Lesson 12, Introduction. In Lesson 11, we learned about the two main types of visuals you will need to use for your next major assignment, the proposal. In Lesson 12, you're going to workshop each other's proposal drafts, so you will be able to revise the drafts and submit the final versions for grading in Lesson 13. We're also going to talk about formal reports, a category of technical documents into which your final recommendation report for this class falls. Please keep in mind, though, that you should still be working on your proposal. Lesson 13, Introduction. In Lesson 12, we turned our attention to formal reports and took a closer look at recommendation reports and our recommendation report assignment components. In addition, we reviewed the requirements for the proposal and workshopped each other's drafts. As you finish revising and submit your proposal, we're going to learn about research methods so you can continue researching and drafting your recommendation report. Lesson 14, Introduction. In Lesson 13, we learned about primary and secondary research and how to determine the appropriate research method to answer different types of research questions. In Lesson 14, we're going to continue working on your recommendation report, which will be due at the end of the course as our final course project, which takes the place of a final exam as noted in our syllabus. By Lesson 15, you need to have a complete draft of your report ready to be workshopped. Lesson 15, Introduction. In Lesson 15, we're going to review the recommendation report assignment requirements, and then you'll read and provide feedback on 2 other students' report drafts. You'll be revising and proofreading your recommendation report over the next few days, and once you're finished, you can submit it in Lesson 16. Lesson 16, Introductions. Congratulations on making it to the end of this course. Once you are ready, please submit your final recommendation report. Thank you for all of your hard work over the past several weeks. It's been a pleasure working with you all, and I wish you all the best in your future writing and non-writing endeavors.
I'd just like to scroll up and do that again.
Sure thing. Lesson 16, Introduction. Congratulations on making it to the end of this course. Once you are ready, please submit your final recommendation report. Thank you for all your hard work over the past several weeks. It's really been a pleasure working with you all, and I wish you all the best in your future writing and non-writing endeavors. Lesson 1, Introduction. Hi, welcome to English 202C, Technical Writing. My name is Eric Bliman, and I'll be your instructor for this course. We will begin by taking a look at the course itself, by giving a course overview, covering the course syllabus, and discussing course navigation. After that, you will get a chance to introduce yourself to me and to your classmates. In the second part of this first lesson, you will begin to explore the world of technical communication by reading the first and third chapters of your textbook and taking your first quiz. Please keep in mind that if you are taking this class as a summer course, you will need to complete 2 lessons per week. If you are taking this course during the fall or spring semesters, you will be expected to complete 1 lesson per week. It's important to stay on track, to do all of the reading, and to complete the assignments in full and on time. Moreover, since our summer class is only about 6 weeks long, if you're a summer student, it's crucial that you do not allow yourself to fall behind. The key to success in an online class such as this is self-motivation and time management. Please know also that I'm available to help you if you need me. Don't hesitate to get in touch with me via email. My campus email address is emb35@psu.edu, or through the Communicate button in the course menu. I look forward to working with you, and I hope you'll find this class rewarding and enjoyable preparation for both your future academic coursework and for your career. All of your major assignments are tailored to reflect the writing that those of you who go on to work in scientific and technical fields can expect to do regularly. As such, I hope you find that this class has value for you both within and beyond the four walls of the classroom. Lesson 2, Introduction. Hi, and welcome to Lesson 2, Layout and Design. In Lesson 1, you learned how the course will function and how to navigate the online pages of this course. You also learned about the basics of technical communication, what technical communication means, and what the most important considerations are when creating technical documents. In Lesson 2, we're going to begin learning about one of the most important technical writing considerations, layout and design. We're going to be learning about a variety of different techniques you can use to design the information on your page to create documents that are easy to read, understand, and even skim. We'll also look at some layout and design elements as they appear in actual technical documents. In addition, we're going to take a look at the group project we'll be working on for this course. Though we won't be learning about instructions until Lesson 3, it's time to begin getting to know your group members and to start brainstorming topics for your group instructions project. Let's get going, shall we? Lesson 5, Introduction. Welcome to Lesson 5, Usability Testing. In Lesson 4, you learned about some important considerations which you all should be aware of related to the technical communication environment, and you continued working on your group project. In Lesson 5, we're going to turn our attention to the revision process and learn about a valuable step that can help you garner feedback on your technical documents, usability testing. We'll practice the concepts we're learning about in this lesson by performing a usability test on the draft of your technical instructions, and you'll be able to use the feedback that you receive from your usability test to help you revise the instructions, the final draft of which is due in a few days. Don't forget also that part of the instructions assignment requires each of you to submit a group evaluation memo, which should not be shared with the group, but kept private. This document is meant to ensure that all group members completed an equal share of work, communicated in a timely fashion, participated in online Skype meetings, were polite and helpful, submitted their assigned work by the deadline set by the group, etc., etc. Take a moment to review the instructions assignment and refresh your memory on what you need to include in the group evaluation memo now, please.
2 stumbles.
Welcome to Lesson 5, Usability Testing. In Lesson 4, you learned about some important considerations which you all should be aware of related to the technical communication environment, and you continued working on your group project. In Lesson 5, we're going to turn our attention to the revision process and learn about a valuable step that can help you garner feedback on your technical documents, usability testing. We'll practice the concepts we're learning about in this lesson by performing a usability test on the draft of your technical instructions, and you'll be able to use the feedback you receive from your usability test to help you revise the instructions, your final draft of which is due in a few days. Don't forget also that part of the instructions assignment requires each of you to submit a group evaluation memo, which should not be shared with the group but kept private. This document is meant to ensure that all group members completed an equal share of work, communicated in a timely fashion, participated in online Skype meetings, were polite and helpful, submitted their assigned work by the deadline set by the group, etc., etc. Take a moment to review the instructions assignment and refresh your memory on what you need to include in the group evaluation memo now, please.